Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Well, guys, I am back, sort of, as you can see. I'm leaving my camera off, which I don't think I've ever done in a live stream before. Um, so you know what? If you guys can handle just hearing my voice and talking to you live, then I can do it. All right, I can do it. I'm making my way back little by little, one step at a time. So this is part of the process of getting my way back. So I didn't want to wait until Monday's Lethal Collective to talk spoilers with you guys. I'm going to be putting out a review. Um, yeah, probably a spoiler review coming on. Pardon me. Uh, I'm on my phone, which is another reason why this is a little different for me. Um, I am not on my laptop, so I've never done a stream from my phone. So this is all kind of experimental at the same time. So I'm just going to ask that you guys show me some grace today and kind of just if we can all just go with the flow, that would be amazing because I'm just kind of getting myself back. All right. So but I do see all of you here. I see we've got over almost 60 people. So welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. If you're visiting right now and based on the title of stream 6 spoiler talk, if that's what brought you here, then stick around, be a part of the family, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so that you can get or the bell icon, excuse me, so you can get your notifications. Be a part of the family. We'd love to have you here. This is a spoiler discussion. I know I made that clear in the thumbnail and the title. So I just want you all to be aware this is spoiler talk. So if you have not yet seen Scream 6, I highly recommend you guys don't stay unless you decide that you want to get spoiled. I mean, that's up to you. Everyone has their own decision they can make for themselves. Um, but yes, and real quick, I want to give a shout out to David. Um, let's see here. Hang on, bear with me for a second. David Lewis is now a member of the Cult of Craven. So, David, thank you so much, my friend, for not just becoming a subscriber. That was not enough. You've now crossed the ledge as a channel member. You are now in the member of the Cult of Craven. All of my Cravenites here, your name is in green. You've got that wicked cool skull logo. Be sure and welcome David Lewis to the family of Cravenites. Glad you are here. And David Chambers says, speaking of David, glad you're streaming again, buddy. Thank you, David. Well, I'm glad to be streaming again, my friend. Trust me, it's been what feels like a long time coming. And I know, like I say, I know it's a little bit different. Being off camera, it's a little different, but it's also a lot the same. I don't have all the bells and whistles right now. Don't have super chat clips and all that crazy stuff that you guys know that I like to do. But you know what? I'm here. You're here, and that's what matters the most, right? That really is what matters the most. So just a shout out again. I can't say hello to everyone. You guys understand there's nearly 60 people. It would take forever just to catch up on everyone that's here. But I do see you're all. I see you that left comments. Chocolate Ice and Mayanne and Horror Tori and Oliver and Justin, Jennifer Armstrong in the house, Patty's Horror Channel. Great to see you. Scream 6 was a great entry to this amazing franchise. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to start breaking it down here in just a second. Quentin and Sarah Campbell, my good friend Sarah, and moderator of the chat, as well as Denisha, are both here. Thank you guys for showing up. The Drew, The Drusif. Love it. Flat. What's up, man? What's up, Kyle? Assuming that's you, Kyle. Yeah, your review drops tomorrow. Nice. Okay. Becky. What's up, Becky? I can say it wasn't the best, but was, in my opinion, better than five for sure. Yeah. I do agree. I agree with that statement. Let's see. Oracle. Who else is here that I want? I'm just trying to hit really quick. Swamps. What's up, Swamps? Whoops. Zena Nova. I'm probably not saying that right, but glad you're here. And bye bye Polar. My good friend Polar is here. Glad to hear your voice again. Thank you, Polar. It's good to be heard. I feel like I've been in a time warp or something. I've just been really strange these last 3 or 4 weeks have been really crazy, and so I'm still on the mend, obviously. But yeah, thank you so much, Polar, for that. I appreciate it. And thanks, Jennifer, to you too. Yeah, I'm glad. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Jamie's in the house. Sarah says 50 people are here, but 14 likes. Oh no, let's get that. Let's get it up, guys. Let's get it up. Let's get to at least 60. We got 62 people, so if we can get to 60 likes, that's going to really get this stream going out there in the YouTube world. Nice to be back with you, Craven. You too. That's very kind of you to say. Donovan's here. Ernie Bird. What's up, Ernie? Kikito. I was able to see it on March 8th when I left the cinema. I felt confused when I got home. I thought I'd seen a good Scream movie. Okay, Kikito, hang tight. I'm about to get into it. Jamie just watched it. Nice. Letting it all sink in. Yeah, that's fair. Kyle, thank you for your 4 month anniversary, my friend. And thank you, Sarah, for the heads up. As you know, I can't see them. So thank you. Okay, Twilight Sparkle fan. That opening was so unexpected. Oh, man, we're going to get into the opening. All right. I think I may have missed some folks, and I'm so sorry if I missed you. Jay, hey, what's up, Jake? Okay, you'll follow along. You'll check it out later on the replay. That's fair. Justin Smith, what's up, Justin? Tori loved how brutal the kills were. All things old school. 3 Oracle, welcome to the stream. The reveal in Noda was a bit weak, but I enjoy the film overall. Okay. Denisha, with the 10-month anniversary. Denisha, thank you so much for being a faithful channel member every month, supporting the channel for 10 months. It's almost a year now. You've been a Cravenite, and I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Jamie says, get it up for Craven. All right, Jamie. Thank you. Melissa, what's up, Melissa? McCraven says, it says, Hey, Craven wasn't my favorite, but was good. Scream 3, my favorite still. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Melissa. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm getting there. Let's see. Oracle says I've already seen it twice. Okay, pray for Stu's return. Yep. Aaron says, "Hey, Aaron, what's going on, Aaron?" And C. Craig TV says, "I love your channel, Craig." Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. This is my first live stream in quite a while. It's been a while. Let's see. David says there are weak points to most of the movies. Well, I mean, there's no perfect movie except maybe the first one. I think it is. 6 was good. Yeah. Um, Howard says I haven't visited your live streams for quite a long time, and I'm a little concerned about you. How's your health? Well, Howard, thanks for your concern. It's on its way back, man. It's on its way back. I've hit a rough patch for a little bit now, for a couple, 2, 3 weeks. At least 3 weeks now, but it's on its way back. So that's why I'm inching slowly my way back. So thanks for asking, Howard. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Mayan, glad to have you back. Well, thank you, Mayan. It's honestly great to be back. I seriously mean that. I really do. Okay. So, and that's true too, Denisha. You're absolutely right. I am only 88 subscribers from 9,000 guys. I am 88 away. So if you're visiting this stream and you're here listening right now, and you're not a subscriber, if you want to really help me get there, I'm close. I'm only 88 away, and I will be at 9,000 subs, guys. So it could literally happen. It could literally happen this week at the 9K number. So thank you, Denisha, for sharing, for saying that. Much appreciated. And we'll get there. We're gonna get there. All right. What's up, Patrick? Patrick said, I thought it was amazing. It brought new life to the franchise. Nice. Melissa, I thought sure Curry was Ghostface. Aaron said, I love the opening sequence scene. Yep. Um, all right. So let me get into I'm gonna get into now about a couple things. One thing, Becky just hit on it. And here we go. Okay, you guys know, if you've been on part of this channel for a while, you know my feelings on Melissa Barrera's performance in Scream 5. I've never hidden my thoughts about it. I've been very transparent. I thought her acting was a little stiff, it was a little wooden. And I know some of that's driven by the character, Sam, being on the medication she's on, and all those things make sense. And I give her that. But I've said that I was going to go into the six with an open mind, really rooting for Sam. I've been rooting for Sam to come out of her shell and show us. Let Melissa show us her acting chops. Show us some more life into this character. And I have to tell you, one of my highlights. I'm going to give you some of my highlights first. I am very happy with the progression of Sam in this movie. Melissa, I thought she upped her game. I think that Melissa Barrera showed us that she can hang in this league, if you will. What I'm saying, she can hang with Tara, or with Jenna and Hayden and Courtney Cox. So I was very, very pleased with Sam Carpenter, uh, and to take that to the next level, Melissa Barrera performance in the movie. It wasn't like a complete flip. Like there was still some of that, like, persons on medication, right? But they let her come out of that shell to some degree, and I actually was very pleased with it. So I thought that Sam, my hats off to Sam. She is, in my mind, she has taken a leap from what we saw from her in Scream 5. Yeah. So that's one that I also agree with Becky. I think that's a good point. I think she was improved as well. What's definitely one of my highlights of the movie. All right, let's start with the opening, guys. Let's just start with the opening here. I'm gonna go. I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for another 30 or 45 minutes, something like that. Um, and I will be telling. I want to tell you guys, if you have a question that you absolutely want to cover, you want to talk about, you want me to address it, 100% without question, you can send a super chat. And when I get a super chat, as it says on the bottom, it moves to the front of the line. Okay. Now, I will try to get to as many questions as possible, but we're at nearly 80 people. You guys know how this works, and it's impossible to keep up with the chat, although I do try to stay into it as much as possible. So I will get to everyone that I can. But if you don't get your question on the screen, don't take it personal. All right, I always say that. Don't take it personal. I'm not ignoring you on purpose or anything like that. It's just a matter of time. There's just so much time, and I'm going to talk about the movie. So you mix that even less time to get to the chat. So just keep that in mind. I just want to remind you. But if you do want something, make sure If you send in a super chat, I will see it. I'll get notified. And in fact, it just happened right now. So thank you for now. I know for sure because this is the first time I've hosted on my phone, and I do get notified. So you know what? I am a man of my word. Moving to the front of the line right now is, if I can get it to display. Whoops. Oh, hold on. I got two super chats. First one here. Here we go. The one-eyed Clef guy. What's going on, man? Good to see you. With the $5. Thank you for the super chat, man. That greatly helps the channel out this month. Really does. Says it was a fun movie. After the first two acts, I felt like it was the top two of the franchise. The third act was kind of messy and brought it down some. Okay. Well, I've heard, I've heard some. You're not the only one I've heard say this with the third act. If you guys happened to watch yesterday's Lethal Collective, you know a little bit about this now. If you haven't seen Lethal Collective, be sure when this stream is over to go check out the Lethal Collective channel where it's myself with Killjoy Jake, Fate Decided, and the Nightwatch Zone. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday. And one of the members of the collective was disappointed with the third act, so which was Fate Decided. Um, here's the thing, right? I agree. After the first two acts were great. I think they were fantastic. But I'm not in the camp that I still enjoyed the third act, right? So I respect your opinion of it and your view of it because you're like I say, a lot of people do, including Fate Decided in the collective himself. I just didn't quite. The only complaint with the third act, personally, was that it was a little rushed. Maybe it felt a little quick, and I think that that's valid. Like for me, it was like, okay, we're in the third act. We got to hurry up and finish this movie. Let's get this accelerated and get it done. It felt a little speedy with the reveal of the Ghostface reveals with revealing Bailey, Detective Bailey, and then Ethan, and then. But I'll say this: even though I felt it was a little rushed, I think it felt rushed. I still enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed the one aspect I really liked was what I'm calling the Scooby Doo aspect, in terms of, and that may not be an exact like fit, but I call it that because whenever Maroney calls Sam when they're in the shrine, he's like, Kirby's not. She's fired. She's been fired for 2 years. It's Kirby. You got to get out of there. Just for like a split second, I felt that intensity. I felt like that feeling, like, oh my gosh, right? Oh my gosh. And if I was Sam, I would be freaking out right now. I felt that, so I like that. I like that feeling. And of course, I did not believe it was her, but I really was happy though about what that. And the other thing I like too, I will admit, I did not see Quinn, the fake out death. It makes sense, obviously, knowing her that who she was and working with her dad and her brother. But at the time, I did believe she was dead. I didn't expect that to be a fake out. I did not. So whenever she burst back on the scene in the shrine, I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." All right, I'm all for the fake out deaths. I've always liked them when they do them in Scream, and so those are things I really enjoyed about the final act. Um, and like I say, overall, I did enjoy it. I just wish it would have been a little slower, not quite so fast. But but one eye Cliff guy, that thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate your perspective on it, man. Um, and I don't disagree either, at all. All right, we got another super chat that came in here. Let me get to. Let's see here. This thing just keeps skipping. Even on the phone, it skips ahead. Okay, here we go. All right, next up, moving up to the front of the line, is the real Michael Myers with a $10 super chat today. Thank you so much, Mr. Real Michael Myers. I appreciate you. I've missed seeing you, man. Says the opening scene was amazing. The ending was good. Loved the shrine. Yep. Only gripe I have is the killers and their motive. Wish they would have had the killers connected to Billy and Stu directly. Yeah, so I'll park here. Let me park here on your comment, Michael, the real Michael Myers. So I agree. The opening scene was amazing. I was about to get to the opening next, so I'll talk about that now. I think this was such a a cool opening, and it's never been done. We got a fresh opening, which we've all, a lot of us have been asking for something to be different. Not necessarily the opening, but radio silence to show their chops, show their thinking, their creativeness, and to basically insert themselves into the film. And they did it here in the opening. I think it was a great way to start. Whenever I predicted, you guys know in my predictions, I predicted Samara Weaving was the opening kill, 100%, and she was nailed that one. But what was amazing about it is after she's dead and Ghostface turns around to walk away and takes off his mask, right? And it's Tony Revolori. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then of course he disposes of the costume. And the first thing I thought of, I said, oh my gosh, we have the cult of Ghostface, baby. It is happening. It was the first thing I thought of. I said, this is it. Look at the cult's happening. Is this deal is this is gonna finally take place after all of this. We're gonna finally get this, this cult of Ghostface. And then he's on the phone talking to Greg, who he thinks is Greg, his roommate, and the whole dialogue was great. And then of course, once we have Roger L. Jackson stepping into the picture on the phone, oh yeah, it was fantastic. And at that point in time that stuff's about to get real, and that there's another layer or two to this story that they're not showing us. This isn't simply a cult. There's more going on. And then I love the scene with Greg in the fridge. And then, of course, even the comment that was made there by the person that killed Tony Revolori's character, you know, basically saying, this isn't about Richie's movie. You know, it was very much like you knew this was going in a different direction. This was not the cult. This was something else, because arguably the cult of Ghostface would probably still be trying to complete what they started. Arguably, you could write it. I guess you could write it either way, but most likely. But that wasn't the case. So yeah, great opening. It was fantastic. Really happy with the way they did it. Love that it was original. It was different. The ending here too, Mr. With your super chat. Um, the ending was good. Love the shrine. Yeah, the shrine was amazing. Even though we pretty much already knew everything we were gonna see, it was still cool to see it. It was still cool to see them go in there and explore all those items and take it from just being one image or two images from a trailer and seeing it unfold as a full scene. That was great. Um, And then Real Michael Myers says the only gripe I have is the killers and their motive. Yeah, the thing about basically, so what they did was this movie paid homage to Scream 2, to Wes Craven's Scream 2. They implemented the use of a theater, but in a different way, so that was cool. But it still paid homage with the theater. Um, and then I don't know if you guys remember or not, but those of you who've been a part of this channel, when they announced Scream 7, back in February or March of last year. It's been over a year. I said at that point in time, when the minute they hired, when they announced that Josh Segarra, Dermot Mulroney, and Henry Zerning were hired, Do you remember what I said, guys? I said, we are going to get Debbie Salt 2.0 in this movie. Yeah, it's going to be Debbie Salt 2.0, and meaning we're not going to get a female this time. We're not going to get Billy's mother. We're going to get Richie's father. And I talked about that. I've been talking about this for a year, that they're gonna recycle the killer, and it's gonna be Debbie Salt 2.0. That's what I've been calling it. I even did a video on it. Well, this is one that I got right. So there's some things I got wrong, but this is one that I got right. It was 100% Debbie Salt 2.0. It was literally Richie's father and siblings. It was a family affair. So yeah, that was one that I totally called, and a year ago, before they even were filming the movie. So um, yeah. So anyway, that was disappointing a bit, because I was hoping I would be wrong. I didn't want that to be the case, but it was. So it is what it is. Nothing you can do about that. It is what it is. But I agree. I wish they would have gotten more original on the killers, and just give them a different motive. Don't actually literally copy Scream 2. That was what they did. They just copied it. I would much rather them have started something completely different for the motives. Like, just don't even make it about family at all. I don't have a problem with there being, family ties. This whole franchise is built around family ties. But anyway, that's just one thing I wanted to mention. Thank you so much, Real Michael Myers, um, for your super chat. It's a great help to the channel. I really do appreciate that. Um, let's see. Yeah, Jamie says, I'm angry about the reversing of the mother father situation. So cliche. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Jamie. I mean, that's like I say, I was expecting it. I called it, um, and it is a shame, because Guy and James, I know they're more creative than that. They could have, not just literally copied Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven. They could have come up with their own motive, but they chose to go that route. It is what it is. Again, you know, I wish it was different, but it's not going to stop me from still liking the movie or anything. It's just one of those little annoyances. Um, that you just have to deal with. That's all. Yeah, let's deal with it. I know some of you guys are saying that I'm sounding staticky or robot voice. I hope that's gone away. um, Let me know if you can if I sound any better or not. I hope so. Um, let's see. So Sarah says that we got a 1 month anniversary for the real Michael Myers. I just set up a super chat up. Thank you for your support, the real Michael Myers. Much appreciated. And also 6 month anniversary for Colby. All right, that's fantastic. Thank you, Colby, so much. That is tremendous support. I'm really appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Okay. So let's get to now our core four. Now, guys, I don't know if any of you guys remember this. I know some of you, actually several of you now, have been messaging me saying, Craven, they're using your phrase in the movie. Multiple people have reached out to me about this. And so we see Chad introduce this phrase for the original four of Scream 5. They calls them the core four. Now, I don't know if any of you remember this or not, other than the ones that have messaged me, but about a year ago from this point, when they announced Scream 7 was coming back, And even as I was writing and giving my first videos on the Lethal Collective and my own channel about Scream 5, I said, you know what? I'm going to start calling these guys the Core 4. And I'd never heard anyone use it. It was my own idea, it just popped in my head. And I started calling them the Core 4 and called them that from that point forward for more than a year now. And I'm sitting there, and what happens? Chad says, hey, we are the Core 4. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. And so he coins this phrase, Core 4, and does it several times in the movie. So anyway, it's cool. I'm not gonna say that James or Guy watched my content or Radio Silence, because I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I do know this. I do know that one of my thumbnails was featured in a Dead Meat video just last week. So I'm on Dead Meat's radar, and I know Dead Meat's on Scream 5 on Radio Silence's radar. They were in Scream 5. So it would not surprise me, guys. It would not surprise me if they literally heard that on this channel on a live stream or a video, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna tip our hat to the online horror content creators, the scream contenters, screamers, if you want to say it, and we're gonna use it." I don't know, guys. Ultimately, I don't know the answer to it, so I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm just gonna say it's possible. But you guys decide. I'm gonna leave that for you, all you guys that are following me here. Um, I'll let you guys be the ones that decide uh, on that one, and whatever you decide, is great. Is cool with me. But it was pretty amazing to hear that. Either way, it was cool. But the Core 4, right? So let's talk about the Core 4. They did, I thought, a really good job. One of my biggest complaints about Scream 5, maybe the biggest complaint actually, was lack of character development, right? Lack of development. Um, and I'm just catching up, trying to catch up on the chat here, guys. I'm just kind of like moving forward here. Um, Polar says the Core 4 is totally because of you. Oh, thank you, Polar. Well, I appreciate that. I do. I know no one was ever, um, no one was using it. I never heard anyone use it before I started it, for sure. Appreciate that. That's right. That's right, Jordy. What's up, Gina? Yeah, my thumbnail was on the Scream 5 kill count video on Dead Meat. You'll see it in there. It's the students about the 18 and a half minute mark when he's talking about the return of Stu Mocker. Yeah, that's awesome. So we'll see. Who knows? Like I say, I'll probably never know the answer to that. Um, but it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. All right. So the Core 4 themselves, one of the biggest gripes I had for Scream 5, lack of character development. Right? We didn't get to know these people at all. And the ones that died, you just didn't really care about them because you didn't know them. Vince didn't know Wes. It was just kind of like, okay. But, and Liv, same with her. But this, I guess they're trying to make it different because it has, you know, um, it went longer. There was more time. There was more time for all of them together on screen, which I thought was great. Yeah, they definitely had some moments where they could converse with one another. You could get to know and like and appreciate them as individuals and as groups. So they went to the bowling alley and not the bowling alley, that was the last one. But I'm just saying as they were conversing around the apartment, wherever they were together a lot, and you got a chance to see them have a relationship. And that was the part that I enjoyed the most as far as character development goes. Yeah, character development goes. So, um, very happy with the core four. Very happy that they increased their time on screen. And that's why I said they slowed down well. In the first two parts of the movie, uh, they did a great job of just slowing down, letting us get to know them better, letting us see them interact with each other, especially Sarah and Tam. Gosh, guys, Tara and Sam. Talking too quickly here. They did a great job as well. So Jennifer says, I 100% believe the writers are stalking the YouTube channels to get ideas for the Scream movie. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's hard for me to disagree with that. It really is. I mean, yeah, it's just like the core fours. Not to harp back on that, but that's so specific, so specific. So yeah, yeah, we'll see. And and they've said in the past that they watch social media, they watch YouTube. They're they're keeping their finger on the pulse of the Scream community online. So if that's true, then yeah, it wouldn't be. It's not surprising. You're right. Um, Now the one thing I want to talk about is scene. I'm going to go for about another 15 or 20 minutes, guys. We still got 75 people here, but I'm going to go about another 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll do this again. Though it's not going to be my only one. I just want to get one out there for you guys, and we could talk. Um, but I will say this about Chad. Yes, Polar, you hit the nail on the head. This is what I was already thinking. There was a lot of plot armor, and what's a shame about it is that they killed Dewey in Scream 5. This is one of my, I guess you would call this a con or something I'm not happy with. Is that they killed Dewey in 5 to prove that anyone can die. No one is safe. That that's not like the old Scream where you knew the OGs were always going to live. And then they kill it. And what do they do in Scream 6? They killed no one. All of the core four survive. Kirby and Gale survive. 6 of them survive. So they basically undid the entire Dewey death as far as having weight and relevance, because now the core four are safe from dying. And I'm sorry, but as much as I love this scene, it's one of my favorite scenes. You guys know what I'm about to say. It's the Chad stab. We finally got, for the very first time, 2 ghost faces on screen at the same time stabbing someone. It was incredible to see that. You know, it was great. And then they pull their knives out and do the white knife swipe. Like, dude, yeah, it was like awesome. But here's the thing, guys. There is no way Chad survived that. If if someone is okay with Chad surviving all of those stab wounds, I mean, he was getting picked apart like a pinata on both sides at the same time. If you can accept that with a straight face, then I don't want to hear anything about Stumacher being dead. I don't. Nope. You got to turn in your Stu death card if you're going to believe Chad's alive. Now, let me say this: it's a horror movie, guys. All 6 of these are horror movies, meaning this isn't real life. Yeah, I know it's Wes Craven really fought to be accurate as possible, and I admire that and I respect that, and he did a great job with it. But at the end of the day, this is a horror movie. People die, people live. So you know, I can't get too upset about it. But I will say this: I believe that because Chad survived this movie, it's going to weaken or cheapen his the whole attack scene, right? So, uh, again, we suspend disbelief. Okay, we suspend disbelief sometimes because that's what you have to do in a horror movie. You just do. It's not. This isn't a documentary. This is horror fiction. So we already know there's going to be some of that in a horror movie, even a Scream movie. So I can suspend disbelief on a lot of different things. I had to, I mean, the whole. Let me just put it this way: you can't get too upset. Okay, just don't get too upset about it. It's a movie. Okay, it's a horror movie at that, which always takes liberties that even a lot of other movies don't take. And but Chad should have died. I will stand on that. Chad should not have survived that movie. The fact they brought him back at the end of it with the stretcher, he is the new Dewey, as a lot of us have been talking about. It's very possible he'll be the new Dewey. But the fact is, he's safe now. I don't ever. There's no way. How are they going to kill him in the future? Look where they stabbed him 2 times, multiple times, simultaneously, and he survives. So what's he not? Unless you put him in a wood chipper, he's gonna survive. So that's the downside to it. I would still rather have seen him or Mindy die, just because it keeps the idea that anyone can go. Anyone can go. Now, I don't believe that. They undid Dewey's. They undid the weight of Dewey's death. I think now at this point, the core four are safe. Everybody's safe, except the new people. Yeah. So anyway, that's my rant on the Chad scene. But the Chad stabbing though, with the dual ghost face and how they both wipe off those knives at the same time, was amazing. I loved that. I loved that. So yeah. Anyway, um, that's my feelings on that. But I really like Chad. I think Chad did really good. I love that they gave him more to work with, more materials and lines to work with, and he did a great job. So as a character, I'm glad he. I see Jordy, not Jordy. Who was here? Jamie. Jamie was saying that I was shocked, but I was personally glad he did. Yeah, I enjoy. I want to see more from Chad. I'm glad that he survived. I just wish that whoever was receiving that double attack would have died. Just would have made it mean more. That's all. It would have made it mean more in my mind. Jordy says my reception is quite static. Okay, well, I won't go much longer then. I'll go ahead and start wrapping it up. I do have to say, um, yeah, that's Justin. Justin, I agree. That's exactly right. Yeah, they're invincible. Yeah, they're basically all invincible right now. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I wanted to say one last thing about Scream 6 for now, and we'll continue a lot more as we get further along. As the week goes, I'll definitely be doing more live streams, and I'll record a review video. So I'll have my review videos up by Monday. So well, I don't actually. You know what? Things have changed. I don't think I can even do that. I don't know. What we're gonna play things by ear. So just be sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, set your notifications to all, so that way you don't miss anything. Because I'm not sure when I'll be uploading, but um, I'm working on getting my health back, guys, so that I can be back regularly, like always. It's a process, but as you see here, I'm doing what I can. I'm going to stream when I can, you know, to have this opportunity to talk to you guys. Um, and so, the last thing I want to say, thank you guys. You're so welcome. I appreciate your well wishes. It means a lot. It really does, Patrick. Thank you, Marianne. That's awesome. Um, Thomas, hey man, I think it's good to talk to you too. Um, I have to say this, Stu, baby. Look, There's some people that like my brother Fate and Fate Decided in the collective. He thinks this movie solidified Stu's dead. I don't believe it. I still believe he's alive. And again, I said this before. Whether or not Stu comes back in this trilogy at all doesn't change my opinion that he's alive. So I'm sticking with that. I really am. Uh, yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. It was great hearing that dialogue between Mindy and Kirby. That was fun. Whenever Kirby's like, there's the TV that killed Stu, and then Mindy says, if you believe he's not dead, I'm like, there you go. So anyway, if you're on the Stu train, you're stay put. Don't go anywhere. There's a chance we could get Stu in Scream 7. But if not, there's a great chance we could get him in the next round with the new directors and new writers. So, I said it before the movie came out that whether he's in the movie or not, it does not change my view or opinion of whether he's alive. He's still alive. It's just he hasn't returned yet. So, and that doesn't change with this, what we've seen. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed Scream 6. If you haven't gone to see it, definitely go check it out. Um, and and if you've seen it once, see it a second time. Let it sink in. I think that the more you see it, this like it was with 5 and all the rest of them, the more you see it, the more you kind of pick up on, and you start to notice things that you may have missed the first time around. So it's always enjoyable to watch all of these Scream films multiple times. I will say this in closing, I do have Scream 6 leveled up over 5. So it's too soon to give my rankings. It's got to settle in for a few more watches. But I will tell you that Scream 6 has surpassed Scream 5. So at the very least, Scream 5 is still my last placed ranked sequel. So we'll see. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to run. This has been fun. I'm sorry my voice got robotic. Maybe something was happening with the signal here on my cell phone. I did answer it. I did go through my phone for the first time. So thank you all for being here and putting up with everything here without, with staying great in the chat. And I appreciate that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was just under an hour, but at least it was all you and all me. And that was it. No clips or anything. It was just us. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be back soon, guys, with more horror content. I'll be streaming again, I'm sure soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow, I'll do another one of these. So thank you for all of your kind wishes that I've received in my Instagram and Twitter box. You guys have been so kind, and it means the world to me to know you're in my corner, and I appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna continue back and continue to get strong. And thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. Absolutely appreciate you. I sure will. Howard, thank you too, my friend. Um, and everyone have a wonderful night and a great weekend. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys. Bye for now.